Trent Johnston's brain issues explained receives life-altering news from doctors. Trent Johnston has been dealing with a mysterious brain health issue. He appears to have received a concerning update from the doctors on his illness. The 7 Little Johnstons star's brain size is reduced to the size of an 80 to 81-year-old. Trent opened up about his health issues in season 15. He discussed the symptoms he has been experiencing with his family. Amber and their children also worry about the reality TV star's health. Trent discussed facing dizziness and vertigo symptoms on the show. He was waiting for the MRI results to understand what really had been going on with his brain. Hence, the TLC star feared that he may have dementia like his dad. What did Trent learn about his medical condition? What did the doctors reveal? How will he deal with it? 7 Little Johnstons star Trent Johnston took an MRI after experiencing some brain health issues. In the latest episode, he went for a checkup and received concerning news. Amber picked the TLC star from the clinic, and they discussed everything the doctors suggested. Trent shared that the injuries on his brain are not a matter of concern for the doctors. However, he noted, "The size of my brain, the diameter of the gap, the spacing between my brain and my skull has reduced at a faster rate than what it should be at 47 years old." He explained that his brain size was reduced to an 80 to 81-year-old person. Hence, Amber feared that her husband had a higher chance of having dementia. Trent also explained that he could have early stages of multiple sclerosis, so the doctors referred him to a neurologist. Trent Johnston is still struggling to learn about the actual issues with his brain health. He has been making the rounds of different doctors and specialists for an accurate diagnosis. Recently, the TLC celeb went for an eye checkup. He visited an ophthalmologist, Dr. Hinson, who described the irregularity of his cornea. The 7 Little Johnstons star has been diagnosed with keratoconus, leading to the cone-shaped cornea. Dr. Hinson stated, "Basically, there's a weakened spot in the cornea, and it's causing the front surface of his eye to be really irregularly shaped." He explained that the disease would cause his cornea to form a balloon shape. Hence, Trent was in disbelief in learning the actual issues with his astigmatism. He understood the real cause behind the distorted vision. Moreover, the reality TV star had to wear hard contact lenses to avoid the issue. Trent also discovered that his eye issues are contributing to his other health problems, such as vertigo and eye movement issues. However, he wasn't very comfortable with wearing hard contact lenses, but he was ready to do anything to avoid more health problems. The reality TV star has yet to find out the real issues with his brain. Trent is sure that his issue has no connection with his brain shrinkage. The world of reality television is often full of surprises, emotions, and drama. But some shows go beyond the typical reality TV antics, and in some cases, they reveal more than we ever expected. One such show is 7 Little Johnstons, which chronicles the lives of the Johnston family, focusing on their everyday challenges, triumphs, and interactions as a family of little people. While most of the attention on this show often revolves around Amber, Trent, and their children, there's one person who has become the subject of some serious controversy among fans: Bryce Bolden. Fans of 7 Little Johnstons have had mixed reactions to Bryce, especially in his relationship with Amber's daughter, Anna. While their romance has been a major plot point in recent seasons, some fans have become increasingly critical of Bryce, comparing him to a beaten dog. But why has this comparison been drawn, and what does it say about how Bryce is perceived by the audience? In this video, we'll dive deep into the reasons behind these harsh comparisons and explore the dynamics at play between Bryce and the rest of the Johnston family. Stick around because we've got a lot to unpack. Before we dive into why fans are comparing Bryce to a beaten dog, let's first take a closer look at who Bryce is. Bryce Bolden first made his appearance on 7 Little Johnstons as Anna's boyfriend, and right from the start, he made a bit of an impression on the family and viewers alike. Anna, who's grown up in the spotlight, has been dating Bryce for a while now, and though they've had their fair share of ups and downs, the two seem genuinely invested in their relationship. At first, many fans were rooting for the couple, hoping that Bryce would be a supportive and loving partner for Anna, who has faced many challenges growing up. But as the series has progressed, there's been growing discontent among viewers, with many accusing Bryce of being manipulative, lacking respect for Anna, and worst of all, acting like a beaten dog now. To understand why fans have become so critical of Bryce, it's essential to examine some key moments on the show that have led to this comparison. These moments give us a clearer picture of the dynamics at play. One major point of contention for fans has been Bryce's relationship with Anna's family, particularly Amber and Trent. From the beginning, Bryce's interactions with the Johnstons have been strained, with Amber especially being very protective of her daughter. Many fans have pointed out that Bryce seems to walk on eggshells around the family, particularly Amber, who often comes across as dominating in her interactions. Some fans argue that Bryce's deferential behavior is a sign that he isn't standing up for himself or asserting his own independence in the relationship. In these moments, fans have compared Bryce's body language and responses to that of someone who is trying to avoid conflict at all costs. His attempts to please Amber, while still trying to maintain a relationship with Anna, have left many viewers frustrated, feeling that Bryce isn't being true to himself. When a partner becomes more concerned about keeping the peace with the family than respecting their own needs or standing their ground, it can create a toxic dynamic. In the eyes of many fans, this is where Bryce starts to resemble the metaphor of a beaten dog. The term implies that Bryce is constantly backing down, avoiding confrontation, and ultimately allowing himself to be dominated by the family, especially Amber. Another key issue that fans have with Bryce is how he handles criticism from the Johnstons. Over the course of the series, there have been numerous instances where Bryce has been on the receiving end of harsh words, particularly from Amber. Many fans feel that Bryce just takes the criticism in stride, never really defending himself or standing up for his actions. It's clear that Amber plays a major role in how Bryce's behavior is perceived. She often questions his intentions, challenges his decisions, and even outright tells him when she doesn't approve of his actions. The problem for many viewers is that Bryce rarely seems to push back against this treatment. Instead of standing up for himself, Bryce appears to internalize the criticism and just shrinks into the background, which is why fans see him as a beaten dog. In these moments, he seems to accept the mistreatment without protest, almost as if he's resigned to his place in the family dynamic. This creates a sense of powerlessness, which can be frustrating for viewers who want to see a stronger, more self-assured Bryce. Another reason why fans have turned on Bryce is his perceived lack of support for Anna. As a boyfriend, Bryce's primary responsibility should be to help Anna navigate the challenges she faces in life, particularly given the obstacles she has to overcome as a little person. Fans have often criticized Bryce for not being as supportive as he could be, particularly when it comes to Anna's relationship with her family and her place within the Johnston household. There have been times where Anna's frustration with Bryce is palpable, especially when she feels that he's not fully engaging with her emotional needs. Fans have pointed out that instead of offering Anna the support she needs, Bryce often appears distracted or uninterested, which only adds to the perception that he's passive in the relationship. His lack of initiative to assert himself or show more active emotional support feeds into the idea that he's just going along with things, rather than taking control of his own life and relationship. In the eyes of the viewers, Bryce's inability to be a strong presence in Anna's life further reinforces the idea of him being submissive, someone who is just trying to stay out of the way and avoid conflict, even if it means neglecting his own desires and the relationship. Throughout the seasons, we've also seen Bryce participate in various family gatherings and events. One of the recurring criticisms from fans is that Bryce tends to blend into the background during these moments, rarely taking initiative or contributing much to the conversations or activities. While it's understandable that Bryce might feel uncomfortable in certain situations, many viewers find his passivity concerning. Whether it's at family dinners, outings, or even serious discussions, Bryce's tendency to be a quiet observer rather than an active participant leads some fans to feel that he's more of an outsider than an actual member of the family. This lack of involvement further amplifies the perception of him as someone who is just trying to keep his head down and avoid any potential conflicts. So why do fans specifically use the metaphor of a beaten dog to describe Bryce? It's not just about his passive behavior or his lack of standing up for himself. It's about how these actions create a sense of someone who has been emotionally and mentally worn down over time. A beaten dog is someone who has been broken down, who has learned to cower and avoid conflict in order to avoid further pain. Fans feel that Bryce, through his interactions with Anna's family and his submissive behavior, fits this description. He's not assertive. He rarely challenges anyone's opinions, especially Amber's. And most importantly, he seems to accept his place as the outsider, never truly fighting for respect, his relationship, or his own autonomy. While we don't want to diminish the complexities of Bryce's personality or the challenges he faces, it's clear that fans feel he has yet to evolve beyond this passive, submissive role. Whether or not this perception is fair, it's important to remember that the way Bryce is portrayed on the show contributes to these assumptions. To sum it up, the reason why fans compare Bryce to a beaten dog isn't just about one particular moment, but a culmination of behaviors and actions over time. From his passive demeanor around Anna's family to his tendency to avoid confrontation, Bryce's portrayal has left many viewers feeling that he lacks the strength and independence that one might expect from a partner in a healthy relationship. Of course, it's important to note that reality TV isn't always the complete picture. We don't know everything that goes on behind the scenes, and Bryce might be dealing with a lot of personal struggles that we aren't privy to. However, the way he is perceived on 7 Little Johnstons has led many fans to draw this harsh comparison, and it's one that continues to spark debates among viewers. What do you think about Bryce's role on the show? Do you agree with the fans' comparison to a beaten dog, or do you think there's more to his story that we're not seeing? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth breakdowns of your favorite reality TV shows. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.